With its classic Americana charm with a Maine twist, Old Orchard Beach has captivated visitors for generations, maybe even defining what the term vacation land means. With 6 miles of beachfront, an old-timey pier, and seaside amusement park, Old Orchard Beach is a postcard of a place frozen in time. Join us as we discover everything Old Orchard Beach has to offer, outlining when to visit, getting around, where to stay, and what to do once you get here. This is Brew England, a channel dedicated to all things New England culture, adventures, and beer. Before we get into things, be sure to like and subscribe, and comment below with any further questions. Old Orchard Beach is a town in York County in southern Maine, with a year-round population of 8,960. While some restaurants and shops stay open year-round, Old Orchard Beach is definitely very seasonal. It's also good to note that Maine isn't exactly the warmest state, so our beach season is relatively short compared to much of the country. In terms of guaranteeing everything you want to do will be open, plan to stay between Memorial Day and Labor Day. The most crowded months are July and August, which generally coincides with the best weather. Expect temperatures in the 70s, 80s, or even 90s. Being next to the water, temps can be cooler than a few miles inland, so definitely bring a sweatshirt for after the sun goes down. You can avoid the crowds by staying in May or September, and most of the things will still be open, though the pier and amusement park may or may not be shut down. Weather can be a little bit more erratic in May and June. It can be sunny and warm, or rainy and in the 50s or 60s. Depending on what you want to get out of your vacation, visiting in the off-season can be nice too. It'll be much cheaper, and there's a fair number of restaurant bars that stay open year-round. Also, Portland or Biddeford are a short drive away for anything else. There's definitely a charm to walking on the beach without the crowds, even in the winter. Just don't expect it to be very lively or everything to be open. If you're flying in, the most convenient option is the Portland Jetport, but many opt to fly into Boston Logan since it's a much larger airport with more options for direct flights. It makes the most sense to rent a car. However, if you're primarily just visiting Old Orchard Beach, Amtrak is a great option. The Down Easter leaves North Station in Boston 6 times a day and drops you off just a short walk from the beach. This service is seasonal, starting up around May 15th and ending October 15th. The next closest station is Saco, which is around 10-minute Uber or a 20-minute bus ride to Old Orchard Beach from the transit center. There is a seasonal trolley ran by BS the local transit authority. Fares are $1, except for kids under 5, which goes all around town with stops at the large campsites, resorts, inns, and hotels. There's also normal public buses that run year-round with Bus Route 60 and Bus Route 53. While there's plenty of parking in Old Orchard Beach, expect to pay a premium for it. If you're along the shuttle route, it can be significantly easier and cheaper to just leave your car at your hotel or campsite and use public transportation instead. You have 6 miles of beachfront to choose from. This is actually the longest stretch of continuous beach in all of Maine. Many hotels and inns will have direct access to the beach. If you want to be in the thick of things, close to the bars, restaurant, pier, and amusement park, definitely stay right downtown. If you want to escape some of the crowds, consider staying closer to Pine Point in Scarborough or Camp Ellis in Saco and use the shuttles to get by. With 6 miles of beach, it's pretty easy to avoid the worst of the crowds. Right next to the pier is by far the most crowded, where every square inch can be taken up. If you want something more secluded, consider Biddeford Pool or Fortune Rocks Beach in Biddeford or Higgins Beach in Scarborough. Also, note high and low tides. The amount of space increases dramatically at low tide, allowing for more room for beach spots and activities, whereas at high tide, everything will feel much more crowded. Maybe the best part of Old Orchard Beach is that it's friendly to all budgets and price points. If you book far enough ahead, you should easily find rooms right on the beach for under $200 a night. And if you're looking to splurge, there's a lot of nice, higher-end resorts and inns too. There's also a lot of campsites and RV parks, but none will be right on the water. As for Airbnbs and other short-term rentals, prices range from less than $200 a night for a small condo to a large beachside luxury property capable of sleeping an entire wedding party. Good to note, there's not many chain hotels, and the ones that are in the area tend to be closer to the highway than the beach. The local hotels and inns is part of the charm of Old Orchard Beach, after all. Definitely check out the pier. The original pier dates back to 1898, but the current iteration opened in 1980 after being destroyed by the blizzard of 1978. There's several restaurants, bars, arcade nooks, shops, and some of the best views of the ocean, beach, and amusement park. Palace Playland is a blast from the past and one of New England's last seaside amusement parks. Opened in 1902, the amusement park offers a large modern arcade, rides for all ages, and plenty of deep-fried tasty treats. This must be the mini golf capital of Maine right here, with 4 great mini golf courses within a short drive. Pirate Cove Adventure is right downtown, offering 2 expansive courses. Jungle Adventure is completely indoors, great if the weather's turned south. Meanwhile, Schooner has a beer garden and allows you to drink while you golf. Amazing. You also have Martell's on Route 1, and a little further afield is Raptor Falls. The summer events calendar in Old Orchard Beach is jam-packed with daily concerts, fireworks, workshops, and lots of fun festivals. Be sure to check out the events calendar at oldorchardbeachmaine.com for stuff happening during your visit. Old Orchard Street acts as the local main street with several restaurants and shops ranging from basic beach gear to gift stores to the famed Dickinson candy store. There's actually a lot of nearby hiking that never gets mentioned. Saco Bay Trails offers over 11 miles of hiking through forests, marshes, and along the coast. The Eastern Trail is 7 miles of continuous trail from Saco to South Portland, great for biking or a family walk, with the most scenic section being the Scarborough Marsh, the largest saltwater marsh in Maine. Soon it will extend all the way to Bug Lake Park in South Portland, with great views of downtown Portland. Get out to stop by the Audubon Center to rent kayaks or sign up for tours. Other great trails include Saco Heath in Saco, as well as Clifford Park, Eastern Point Preserve, and Timber Point Preserve, all in Biddeford. Palace Playland isn't the only amusement park in town. There's also Funtown Splashdown, a combination amusement park, water park, and Aquaboggan, a pure water park, both along Route 1 in Saco. Just a short 10-minute drive away is downtown Biddeford/Saco, offering a much expanded number of restaurants, bars, and shops without the tourist markup. There's a Riverwalk, downtown waterfall, and one of the highest numbers of breweries, cocktail bars, and coffee shops per capita in Maine. If you come visit, be sure to stop by Brew England and say hi. Also be sure to check out the events calendar for both Heart of Biddeford and Saco Main Street for fun events throughout the year like Harborfest, River Jam Music Festival, and La Kermesse French-American Festival. Don't forget, the beach itself is the destination. It's a beach town. From sunbathing and building sandcastles to playing volleyball and collecting seashells, the beach is your own choose-your-own adventure. be it jumping right in and trying your hand at wakeboarding, to relaxing beachside with your favorite book, to be more active playing classic beach games from cornhole, fishing, or just throwing around the old frisbee. Which reminds me, being on the East Coast, you're going to see some awe-inspiring sunrises. Of course, being almost as far east as you can go in the Eastern time zone, the sunrise can be as early as 5 a.m. Maybe just another reason why we should be on Atlantic time. If you want to see something truly spectacular, try to time your trip with the moonrise, just as it's getting dark out for a surreal experience. Seeing the moonrise rising over the water is a magical experience you'll never forget. But what happens when Mother Nature rains on your vacation? If the weather doesn't cooperate with your trip, the most obvious options if it's raining is to simply go shopping, dine out, or post up at a cozy bar or coffee shop. However, this list is more focused on active things to do to keep you and your family entertained. Palace Playland is more than just an amusement park. It also boasts a large modern arcade full of classic video games, group activities, racing sims, and much, much more. Jungle Adventure is an entirely indoor blacklight mini golf course, complete with a trippy neon jungle animal theme. Biddeford is just a short drive from Old Orchard Beach and offers a lot of great indoor activities for all ages. Explore the history of Biddeford and Saco in the heart of the Mill District, once one of the largest textile manufacturing hubs in the entire country. Learn more about the history of the mills, check out the downtown waterfall, and take a guided tour and explore the underground cisterns that once powered the mills. City Theater is a historic opera house that is over 150 years old. Check out their calendar of events for live performances, movie nights, concerts, and other events. Rift features over 24 arcade cabinets straight out of the 90s, plus air hockey, skee-ball, modern games, and a retro-themed bar and food menu. Gutterball Bowling is a retro-style big pin bowling alley with an impressive tap list, several arcade cabinets, and elevated bar food. Maine Silverball Tavern is a pinball lover's paradise featuring over 36 classic and modern pinball machines. Get out of the rain and into the kitchen with Bounce, an indoor pickleball facility, also sporting golf simulator bays and an upscale sports bar and restaurant. The Maine Classic Car Museum features over 50 vehicles from Formula One race cars and classic cars to rare curiosities and automobilia. Portland is just a 30-minute drive away and offers a great selection of museums to explore, including the Portland Museum of Art, the Portland Historical Society, the Maine Children's Museum, the Victorian Mansion, and my personal favorite, the International Cryptozoology Museum. While Old Orchard Beach offers a lot of dining options, being a seaside town with an amusement park, the most iconic spots in town are going to be fast food and fair favorites. Pier Fries is a must-stop. The food stand serving up piping hot, crinkle-cut fries using fresh potatoes has been in business for over 90 years, somehow surviving fires, blizzards, and whatever Mother Nature has thrown at it. And for good reason. The legendary fries are absolutely delicious. Now it's time to start some fights. There's 3 pizza stands in Old Orchard Beach that have been embroiled in decades-old rivalry of who serves up the best slice. Bill's Pizza has been operating for 76 years, serving up its iconic thicker slice pies. Meanwhile, across the street, Lisa's Pizza has been in operation for over 50 years, serving up thinner slices. The youngest of the bunch, Rocco's, just celebrated its 30th birthday and specializes in New York City-style pies. Which is the best? You'll just have to try them all out to find out. Personally, my favorite is Bill's. Fight me. Of course, having an amusement park in the center of town, you can find all your fried food classics, including fried Oreos, fried dough, and if you're adventurous, Korean corn dogs. Seriously, don't sleep on those. You're in Maine, so of course seafood is going to be big here, including some legendary lobster rolls. It might be surprising to some outside of New England, but in Maine, the best seafood often isn't found at fine dining restaurants, which will be fine if that's what you're looking for, but rather unassuming, rickety-looking shacks often within view of where fishing boats bring in their haul that have been in operation for generations. In Old Orchard Beach, the best spots for lobster rolls, oysters, and fried clams will be Johnny Shucks or Shipwreck Foods. A little further out, you have Bait Shed or Stern, right on the water where lobstermen bring in their haul in Pine Point, as well as Hoots in Camp Ellis. Another main specialty is the red snapper hot dog. Actually, it tastes like a normal hot dog. It's just red. We got ours at Lone Pine Brewing, which operates an awesome beer garden in Old Orchard Beach and features a menu of pizza, lobster rolls, and red snapper hot dogs. For breakfast, you have a lot of great affordable options. Can't go wrong with beach bagels, Cafe 64, Palomas, or JJ's Eatery. If you're craving something else, downtown Biddeford is just a short drive away and has quickly become one of Maine's top destinations for foodies. It's also a little less touristy, so you can save your wallet some money that way. You have James Beard nominated Fish and Whistle, and award-winning restaurants like Palace Diner, Magnus on the Water, and Pacifico. Lots of great international options here too, from Balinese to Thai, Indian, Italian, Mexican, and more. Also, don't sleep on the food at breweries like Bandit or Sacred Profane. For breakfast, check out Cafe's Cafe, Finest Kind, or Fika. Unlike other beach states, you won't find beachside resorts offering cocktail service. However, you can get very close with beachside views. Our favorites include Pirate's Patio, which is in a building shaped like a ship with spectacular views of the beach. Tiki Hut is right next to the pier and is also great, perfect for people watching. For the best view of them all, it's hard to beat Pier Patio Pub, where you can have spectacular views overlooking the crowded beach below with the amusement park in the background. Or you can look over Saco Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. It's also a great late night spot, open till 1 a.m. during the summer with bands and DJs. Finally, you have the Brunswick, a legendary spot in Old Orchard Beach with an outdoor bar, bands playing throughout the day and night, and great views of the beach. Great spot for dancing long into the night. In addition, Biddeford is also a great option, especially if you want to escape the tourist pricing. Biddeford has one of the highest number of cocktail bars per capita in the state. Round Turn is a distillery that makes the iconic Bimini gin and offers killer gin and tonics and creative specials. Aprio is new to the scene, but has quickly made a name for itself. Just a few blocks away, you can ritz it up at the lobby bar at the Lincoln Hotel, which offers live music several days a week. Delicious cocktails made with Batson River spirits, all within the luxurious environment worthy of a Michelin award. In Saco, you have Up and Up, a speakeasy with a lounge setting, board games, and Nintendo 64 consoles. For the late night, you have the new Barcade Rift, a bowling alley, The Gutter, and for great neighborhood spots, you have Mulligans featuring pool tables and Champions featuring live music and karaoke several days of the week. Also, if you haven't heard, Biddeford is the beer capital of Maine, and definitely don't sleep on the breweries here. Run of the Mill offers stunning views of the Saco River. Bandit has fun weekly events and a nice courtyard. Lucky Pigeon is Maine's first gluten-free brewery, and Sacred Profane specializes in European lagers with a nice patio out front and a beer hall upstairs. Also in town are Batson River, Brickyard Hollow, and out in Saco, Barreled Souls. That about wraps it up. Comment below your favorite thing to do in the beach. Or post any questions you might have, especially if I missed any. Until next time.